This is Jessica Morency. The technology tip for today is managing attendance exceptions in Scissortail HCM. I recently sat in on a demo that gave a great overview of this. We join that demo in progress now.
So while we're sitting here on the manager's dashboard, you can see that I have an attendance board. This attendance board is showing me who's clocked in, who's clocked out. This is going to be useful for those managers because as the employees are clocking in throughout the day, in order to get your line started, you want to make sure everybody's there. You can come in and just kind of check this really quickly to make sure everybody's clocked in when they were supposed to be clocked in, and that you're looking at this and you can start the line appropriately. This report is available in real time, so as long as they're clocking in using a hardware device, out on the plant floor, this is going to automatically be updated with that information. And you can also set up group permissions so that your managers only have access to view their specific employees' information. So when they log in, they only can see their department, maybe not anybody else's.
From this screen, if I need to report about a specific person that was out, would I do that from here, or is that somewhere else?
That's actually an automated thing within the system, so your managers don't have to do any sort of physical tracking of attendance issues. Actually, if you look here, I have my exceptions report. I don't have anything flagged as absent right now, but if they were absent, that would flag here. But the thing with the absence is that you have to tell the system the rules for considering it to be an absence. So we may not know, the system may not know until later in the day, whether they were considered absent or if it's still waiting for them to clock in, thinking that maybe they would be a tardy. If you wanted to go in and mark somebody, you could certainly do that. Like I could go into Josh's timesheet and I can jump to the exceptions and I could give them an exception. I could say this person is absent. Maybe instead of being tardy this day, they were actually absent. And so I can go in and I can give them, I could flag them with certain exceptions. But you can also automate that process. So, if you're okay with waiting for that absence to be done, maybe you want to consider them as absent after they've been out for 4 hours. Once that 4-hour threshold hits after their scheduled start time, then it would appear here on the exceptions report. You can add reason codes to each one of the exceptions. So if an exception is flagged, you can go in and you can put the reason for that exception. And again, just for reporting purposes, that way you can see what has happened for each one of those. And you're not limited in the types of exceptions or the number of exceptions. So right now you only see that I have tardy and left early, and you saw the absent one. But I've had people say I have different stages of tardies. If they're within the first 10 minutes, that's one type of tardy. If they're after 10 minutes late, between 10 minutes and 2 hours late, that's a different type of tardy. So you can have different rules depending on your specific business needs. The other really nice thing about the exception tracking is that you have the ability to set up email notifications when exceptions occur. So the manager doesn't necessarily have to be sitting here looking at their dashboard all the time to understand these exceptions.